Okay, so welcome to bonus video number 3, how to use frequency separation to remove stretch marks naturally, whilst keeping the natural tone without blurring mum's skin, keeping the natural skin textures exactly as they should be. I wouldn't recommend just going straight ahead and editing stretch marks on a pregnant model. I would always ask first if she wants to keep her stretch marks in or take them out, because a lot of mamas, me included, embrace our stretch marks and we see them as part of the journey. So always ask first. But if your pregnant model wishes to have her stretch marks removed in post, then here is a tutorial for you. Okay, stretch marks, pregnancy, stretch marks. Let's play frequency separation again, and we'll be mainly working on the tones layer and then cleaning up the textures layer afterwards. So I'm going to get patch tool and I'm going to select some of these areas and simply drag them out of the way. Depending on the type of text marks, stretch marks you have, you will use a different technique. So here, down here, I'm going to use the frequency separation tone select and fix, and if you don't have these actions, that is putting your own Gaussian blur and feather on the selection. The good thing about this action is you can play it several times until you're happy. The first effect will always be quite mild. If you're not completely happy, you can play it again. So frequency tone, select and fix. And as you can see, we're just left with the stretch mark textures now. This is kind of how stretch marks will go. If any of you have stretch marks, this is how they go after a while when they fade down again. So it's almost like you're left with some little stretch mark scars. So I'm just moving all the, as you can see here, I'm just going to get a very soft clone stamp and I'm just going to finish off and tidy up this edge here with a soft clone. Always worth checking if you've got any hard edges going on in your tones layer, because you obviously don't want hard edges at all because it's a blurry layer. So I'm just tidying up those hard edges there using a clone stamp on just 5% flow. Okay, let's pop our textures back on. So as we can see here, that's already made a huge difference, but we've kept the original skin texture. And now all we need to do is get the patch tool and just remove these harsh lines here by patching them to an area of skin that still has nice texture, but that is not lined with stretch mark scars. You can also use the frequency separation textures select and fix as well. Like I say, what you use all depends on your methods, what you're most comfortable with, and what suits your image the best. Areas like this, I would really recommend zooming in and replacing the texture here because you've got quite a hard edge and you don't want to ruin the edge of your image. If you've got a pregnancy model in and they have stretch marks, I would always talk to them about whether you would like whether they would like you to remove the stretch marks or not. You will find some mums are incredibly proud of their stretch marks and will take great offence if you remove them. So I would not recommend removing them unless you have permission from your model, because they may say, hey, where have my stretch marks gone? So here on the textures layer, you want to make sure you have no blurry areas, no odd areas. You want to zoom right in and make sure your texture lines up beautifully. So there is our after. I'm just going to sort this area out very quickly here using tone select and fix. Okay, so here is our frequency separation, there is before. So how to remove stretch marks or scarring or anything else. As you can see here, I don't know how good the quality is, but you can see the skin texture has not been affected by removing the stretch marks.